Card, do you ever sign yourself up to do things that you don't really want to do and then just kind of let them hang out there for weeks at a time and then get close to when you actually have to do the thing you signed yourself up to do that you didn't want to do and then make a last minute excuse to get out of doing the thing that you signed yourself up to do that you knew you didn't want to do, all because you signed yourself up to do the thing that you knew you didn't want to do, but in the end you don't do it because you got out of doing it?
It's literally the story of my life.
Yeah. What's the last time you did that and what was the thing?
Oh, last week, last week actually, I signed myself up to um, answer some questions for like a little survey thing that someone asked me to do. Did not want to do it. Had no idea how to do it. Did every excuse in the world not to do it, and lied to get out of it.
What was the lie?
My throat was hoarse.
So you couldn't fill out a survey?
It was a phone call.
Oh, okay. Understood. Got it. You're special, number one. Number two, Tay Kinney has canceled a couple official visits. That's the point here. Tay Kinney was supposed to go to Texas and Miami. Tay Kinney not going to Texas or Miami. If you are trying to read the tea leaves on the Tay Kinney recruitment at this point, reminder, Tay Kinney is big time point guard, one of the best point guards in the class of 2026. He has visited Oregon. He has visited Kansas. He recently cut his list down. He was at Indiana as well. And I believe he is planning to go to Arkansas. So, as of the time we are recording this right now, Kinney is still considering Louisville, Oregon, Indiana, Kansas, Kentucky, and Arkansas. He also is supposedly considering Texas and Miami, but I don't think you cancel visits to schools that you're still considering. So maybe we could take down Texas and Miami from the potential destinations for Tay Kinney. Maybe leave ourselves with Louisville, Oregon, Indiana, Kansas, Kentucky, and Arkansas. Are you surprised he canceled these visits?
I don't think so because I think that one, I feel like the Adidas thing is still very much a factor here. Now, obviously, Miami is an Adidas school, I do believe, but I just think that, when it came down to Tay Kenny, I feel like there's been a certain amount of schools that have been kind of labeled as ones that might be a favorite for him. And I was honestly surprised to see Oregon and even Miami present on this list. Now, Miami a little bit less, I think, given like the money factor here and the Adidas connections, but Oregon just never really felt like I'm sorry, it was Texas. My apologies. I'm misspeaking here.
Yeah, you might
I
as
just
well
never.
just say Oregon because he didn't cancel his Oregon visit, but I think we might as well just give them the same treatment as Texas and Miami.
Yeah, but he went on his Oregon visit though.
Well, that's because Phil Knight has quite a bit of power, even though he's an Adidas guy.
Right. I mean, do we have to act shocked that this occurred?
No, not at all.
Because I'm not. I don't think I'm shocked with anything that occurs with this recruitment. So like this certainly is not going to be one that shocks me either.
No, we shouldn't be surprised. Shouldn't be surprised at all. I would have been surprised if he went on the visits, to be honest. Now,
I was surprised. I was surprised when they were on the list.
yeah. Also, like, come on, Jay Lucas, Sean Miller, you got to earn this, right? I didn't see you at Tay Kinney's living room at midnight when the new period opened up. So you wanted a visit from Tay Kinney. You better show up to the living room the way Mark Pope and Pat Kelsey did. You didn't do that. Now, I would applaud you for not doing it because you had no chance in this recruitment to begin with. So stop wasting your resources on a kid you had no chance with to begin with. To me, this does. I don't know. This qualifies as noteworthy for one reason and one reason only. Not that he didn't go to these schools. It qualifies as noteworthy because I think the idea of canceling two visits that you had signed up for indicates to me that your recruitment is heating up and speeding up and possibly nearing a resolution soon. I think since the last week or so, there have been plenty of signs of changes and shifts in Tay Kenny's recruitment, right? There's some 2026 recruits where they're receiving visits and lining things up, but there's not a lot of movement. It's just like, yeah, I'm going to take my time. Tay Kenny's recruitment feels like we're one shift away from a commitment right now, and I think canceling visits is something you do if you're in the end stages of your recruitment. Now, we thought that Pat Kelsey led for Tay Kenny. They're still very much in it. We were told last week that Bill Self may have emerged. Kansas now may be the leader in the recruitment. And John Calipari went in home as well. He got the last touch point with Tay Kinney right before he canceled these visits. So to me, at minimum, I think we're weeding out the teams that we know he's not going to go to here. And if Kinney is doing the weeding out on his own, I would expect maybe there's a little more weeding out coming soon. I would expect maybe we get like a final three here. Maybe even a Mark Pope and Kentucky are left off the list if they're not a serious contender. And I think this signals we are in the end stages of taking his decision here.
Is there why does it feel like this is a recruitment though, where like it's never you think the turns are done, but there's got to be one more final just twist.
There could be more twists. Yeah, I mean, it's been twisty for sure.
What does that twist look like in your opinion?
I think there will be suspense that Louisville's out of it, only for him to commit to Louisville in the end.
That kind of feels like how it's gonna end.
Yeah, which all along it should have been obvious, but it won't be.
Right. Or like just out of nowhere, Arkansas just finally gets there.
That would be funny.
That would be hilarious.
Kind of hope that happens.
I think we're in for somewhat of a fun ending to this saga.
It's been a while since I've asked you this question because we've done a lot of Take Any videos. Can you reassess your beliefs on Take Any the player for me for just a moment?
I feel like I've been pretty stand pat on how I feel about
Which
Kenny.
is what? Remind me.
I think he's good. I think he's good. I think that he, and this isn't even a slight on him. I think he operates like he's the best point guard in this class, but I don't think he's the best point guard in this class.
He's more like sixth, seventh best point guard in the class
He's the third best point guard in this class.
behind Rippy and Mingo.
Yeah, maybe the fourth.
Who would be three?
Los.
You'd rather have Carlos Medlock than take any?
Yeah.
You're still lying. Good on
No.
you.